So our next play is called Mariane et Valère. Basic synopsis is Mariane aime Valère, which is French for love. And when her father intervenes, it turns the whole house on its head. An adaptation bilingue of Molière's most adorable love story. Written by Molière and adapted by Janine Marley. Directed by Janine Marley. And starring Klaudia Landicho, Miriam Goldstein, and my other host, Alex Monk.
Mariane!
Sir?
Come hither. I have something to say to you in private.
What are you looking for, sir?
I'm looking to see if there's anybody here who might overhear us. This little place is fit for such a thing. So, we're all safe. Mariane, I have always found you of a very sweet disposition, and you have always been very dear to me.
Je suis redevable à tout le monde, père.
'Tis very well said, daughter, and to deserve it, your chief care should be to make me easy.
That is the height of my ambition.
'Tis very well said. Then what say you of our guest, Tartuffe?
Who? I?
Yes, you. Pray, take heed how you answer.
Alas, sir, I'll say what you will of him.
'Tis discreetly said, daughter. Then tell me that he's a deserving person, that you like him, and that it would be agreeable if, with my consent, you shall have him for a husband, huh?
How, sir?
What's the matter?
What said you?
What?
Did I mistake you?
How so?
Whom would you say I like, sir? Should be glad with your approbation after a husband?
Tartuffe.
I protest to you, sir. There's nothing in it. Why would you make me tell you such a story?
But I would have it to be no story, and 'tis enough I have pitched upon him for you.
What would you, sir?
I, child, I purpose by your marriage to join Tartuffe to my family, and as I have a right to it. What business have you there? Your curiosity is very great, Mammy, to come and listen in such a manner.
In truth, sir, whether this report proceeds from conjecture or chance, I don't know, but they've just been telling me the news of this match, and I have been making a very great jest of it.
Why? Is the thing so incredible?
So incredible that were you to tell me so yourself, I should not believe you.
I know how to make you believe it.
Aye, sir, you tell us a comical story.
I just tell you what will prove true in a short
it's in
time.
vain, sir. Nobody will believe you.
Daughter, trust me, I am not in jest.
Go, don't believe your father, madame. He does but joke.
I tell you.
No, 'tis in vain, sir. Nobody will believe you.
My anger at length.
Well, sir, we will believe you, and so much the worse for your side. What, is it possible that with that air of wisdom and that spacious beard on your face, you should be so weak?
Harky, you have taken certain liberties of late that I dislike. I tell you that, child.
Let us argue this affair calmly. You really must banter people with a scheme. Your daughter is not cut out for a bigot. He has other things to think on, and then what would such an alliance bring you in? What, sir, for what reason would you go with all your wealth and choose a beggar for a son-in-law?
I tell you, she is to learn from me what to
You
do.
could not do better for her than to follow my advice.
Daughter, enough with this silly stuff. I am your father, and know what you must do. I had indeed promised you to Valère, but besides that, 'tis reported he is given to play. I suspect him of being a little profligate. I don't observe he frequents the church.
Oh, would you have him run to church at your precise hours, as people do who only go to be taken notice of?
I'm not consulting you about it. The other, in short, is a favorite of heaven, whose possessions are greater than any other. Ensemble, vous vivez. Dans vos acteurs fidèles, comme deux frères enfants, comme deux tourterelles. Un nid fâcheux débat jamais, vous n'en reviendrez, et vous ferez de lui tout ce que vous voudrez.
She'll never make anything but a fool of him, I assure you.
Hey, what language?
I say he has the look of a fool, and his ascendant will o'erbear all the virtues your daughter has.
Have done with your interruptions. Learn to hold your peace. Do not put in your or where it does not belong.
I speak only for your good. Oh, if one had not a love of you.
Je ne veux pas qu'on m'aime.
Et je veux vous aimer, monsieur, malgré vous-même. I have your best interests at heart. I can't bear to see you made a subject of every gossip's tale.
Will you hold your tongue, you servant?
Oh, what a devotee to such a rage.
Yes. My choler is moved at this impertinence, but I am resolved you shall hold your tongue.
Be it so. Though I don't speak a word, I do not think the less.
Think if you will, but take care not to say a syllable to me about what... Enough. Daughter, I have maturely weighed all things as a wise man should.
Makes me mad that I must not speak now.
Tartuffe, without foppery, is a man so formed
Oh yes, he's a pretty phiz.
that should you have no great relish for his other qualifications.
Oh, she'll make a very fine bargain of him, I assure you. But were it me in her place, no man alive would marry me against my will with impunity. I let him see soon after the ceremony is over that a wife has always a revenge to hand.
Then what I say stands for nothing with you?
What do you complain of? I don't speak to you.
What is it that you do then?
I talk to myself.
Daughter, you must needs approve of my design. And know that the husband which I have picked out for you... Why dost thou not talk to thyself now?
Because I have nothing to say to myself, sir.
Daughter, in short, you must obey, and show an entire deference for my choice.
Have you lost your tongue? What? Suffer a silly overture to be made you without saying the least word against it.
But what would one do with such a positive father?
Anything to ward off such a menace.
But what?
Why, tell him that hearts are made of no proxies, that you marry for yourself and not for him, that you, being the person for whom the whole affair is transacted, perhaps your inclination should be considered and not his, or tell him that if he thinks Tartuffe is so lovely, he may marry him himself without let or hindrance.
A father, I own, has such a command over one that I never made the courage to make her reply.
Let us reason the affair. Valère has made advances for you. Pray, do you love him or do you not?
Nay, you do injustice to my love to question my affections. Are you Dorine to ask me that? T'ai-je parlé des yeux offerts sans voir mon cœur? Et sais-tu pas pour lui jusqu'en voir mon ardeur?
How do I know if your heart or your words keep pace together, or whether you have any particular regard for that lover or not?
You do me wrong, Dorine, to doubt it, and the sincerity of my sentiments have been but too plain.
Enfin, vous l'aimez donc?
Oui, d'un ardeur extrême.
Et selon l'apparence, il vous aime de même?
Je le crois.
Et tous deux brûlez également de vous voir mariés ensemble.
Assurément.
Well, then what is your expectation for this other match?
To kill myself, they forced me to it.
Yes, that is a wonderful remedy indeed. You need only to die to rid yourself of that perplexity. What a relief. It makes one mad to hear folks talk at such a rate.
Bless me, Dorine. What humor you got into. You have no compassion upon people's afflictions.
I have no compassion for people who talk idly and give way in time of action as you do.
What would one have if one is timorous?
Mais l'amour dans un corps veut de la fermeté.
Mais n'en gardez pas le feu de Valère, et n'est-ce pas lui de Montigny d'un père?
But what if your father be a downright humorist, who is completely bewitched with his Tartuffe and would set aside a match he'd agreed on? Pray, is that your lover's fault?
Mes paroles refus et détractants, mépris. Branche dans mon choix, voir un cœur trop épris. Soutenez pour lui quelque éclat dans lui plis, de la pudeur du sexe et du devoir de vie, et veux-tu que le monde étalé?
Oh, no, I don't want anything. I see you fain have Monsieur Tartuffe, and now that I think of it, I should be wrong to dissuade you from so considerable an alliance. To what purpose should I oppose your inclinations? Oh, Monsieur Tartuffe always is a trifling affair. If I take it right, he is no simpleton. The whole world has a prodigious value of him already. He is handsome, well-born, he has a red ear and a very florid complexion. In short, you'll be but too happy with such a husband.
Oh mon Dieu.
You can't conceive what a joy it will be to be the consort of so fine a man.
Oh, prithee over this discourse rather assist me against this match.
No.
Tis all over. I yield. Now do whatever you have me.
No. Your daughter should do as she's bid, though her father would have her marry a monkey. Besides, what do you have to complain about? Yours is a benefit ticket. I mean, you'll be coached down to his own borough town, but you'll find abounds in cousins and uncles. It'll be very diverting for you to entertain them all. Oh, and then, Madame Tartuffe, you will be introduced to the beau monde. You'll meet by way of welcome the assessor's wife and the bailiff's lady, and they'll do you the very great honor of the folding chair. And at a good time, you may hope for a ball, a great concert to wit, 2 pair of bagpipes, and perchance you may see Mariane in a puppet show. If, however, your husband...
Oh, you kill me rather have to try to help me by your advice.
Your humble servant for that.
Nay, Doreen, for heaven's sake.
No, must be a match to punish you.
You're a girl too?
No, you shall be Tartuffe.
Well, since my misfortunes can't move you, and rather set my heart relief, I shall leave this place.
Here, come back. I am appeased and must take compassion on you for all this.
I tell you, dear Doreen.
Don't vex yourself. It may easily be prevented.
Say then, what engine shall we set at work?
We'll set them every way to work. Your father is in jest, it must be nothing but talk. But, for your part, your best way forward will be with a gentle compliance with his extravagance. That way, in case of an alarm, you may have it more easily to delay the marriage proposed. In gaining time, we shall remedy everything. We'll send Valère to immediately employ his friends. That way your father will be forced to keep his word to him. Let us go, excite the brother in our party and the mother-in-law. Adieu.
Adieu.
À vous dire le vrai, les amants sont bien faux.